It is no small secret that I am terrible at Pokemon, and I am probably one of the worst Nuzlockers around. However, I had the opportunity to do something that I thought really had never been done before, so I thought, let's go for it, even if I'm terrible at it. So here's the pitch. I have never played Pokemon Diamond or Pearl or Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl or anything in that generation, so I finally had a chance to get the game, and I thought, what if I completely blind Nuzlocke it? I have no idea what Pokemon are in this game, I have no idea what the gym leaders look like, I know absolutely nothing about the game, so let's go into it completely blind and see how far I can get in a Nuzlocke challenge. If you're not familiar with the rules of the Nuzlocke, I'll just go over it really briefly here. I have to catch the first Pokemon that I see on every route. Unless it's a duplicate, then I can catch the next one that I see that is not a duplicate. If you fail to catch the Pokemon or knock it out, you just don't get one for that route, so you get one chance. If a Pokemon gets KO'd or faints or whatever you want to call it, they are instantly out and forever. You can never revive them, you can never bring them back, they are gone forever and ever, so you're limited on how many Pokemon you get. And the hardest part of the challenge for many people, including myself, is that the battle style is set to set, meaning you have to change your Pokemon out while they have a Pokemon out. You don't get a free change every time you knock a Pokemon out, which means they get a free hit if you want to swap Pokemon, which makes it really hard. Now that we get into the meat and potatoes where we're actually starting the run here, you'll see I started with Chimchar. That was not a choice. I did it completely at random. I don't know which starter is the best, and I didn't want to have a strategy, and again I wanted to go in completely blind and not learn anything, so I just basically rolled a dice on it and said, okay, it said Chimchar, so we grabbed Chimchar. And per the rules, I give him a nickname, which is Barbecue, which is wholly unoriginal and unfunny, but I couldn't think of anything else, and usually I do these live where I have much better people telling me to name it funny things. I didn't have that, so Barbecue is what we're stuck with. The hardest part, honestly, is I have no idea what the first gym leader is. Like, usually, well, you have Brock in the first games, but then in Gold and Silver, it was like flying types, so I have no idea what the first gym is going to be. So I want to make a well-rounded team, obviously, but you only have a couple routes before you get to the first gym, so you're really not going to have that great of a team diversity, right? You might get a Rattata or a Pidgey or whatever the bird or normal type is. You're not going to have a whole lot of options. So, skipping ahead a little bit here, we go to Route 201, we have our Pokeballs, we've healed up, and it's time to get our first Pokemon of the challenge. I avoid all the grass so that I can run past 201 all the way back to the very beginning to make sure that I am starting at the first place. And to absolutely no one's surprise, when we get our first battle, it is the Route 1 bird. Absolutely shocking. No one saw it coming. It is a bird. So we catch it. It has a 100% guaranteed catch rate, I assume, because that's how every Pokemon game works. So I really don't feel like I have to deal any damage. I assume I'll just catch it automatically. What did surprise me was next we caught a Shinx, and I thought, oh, that's pretty rare. I was expecting like a Rattata or a Bidoof. Now I did look it up afterwards, and it does have a 30% chance of showing up, and considering I already caught the bird that can also show up, it was either this or a Bidoof, so it really wasn't that rare, but in the moment I was like, wow, I got something really rare here, didn't I? What also made me think that it was super rare was that it has Intimidate, so I nicknamed it Scary, because I was like, ooh, I got an electric type and it has Intimidate, like this is gonna be the run. I'm gonna win this completely blind, like how could I fail with Intimidate on a Shinx? Now, I did try to Google it, and again, I'm terrible at Pokemon, so I was trying to figure out, does every Shinx have Intimidate, or did I really get lucky on that? So if you know anything about Pokemon, tell me down below, because I'm not sure if every Shinx has Intimidate, or if I actually, like, got lucky there. However, on the topic of luck, you will never believe this. My Route 203 encounter was with an Abra. That's like a 10% chance of happening, and I got an Abra to appear. I did not catch it, because it teleported away. And that was maybe the biggest bummer, well, I guess the second biggest bummer next to losing of this Nuzlocke was, what are the odds? Well, 10%, but how often do you have a chance to have an Abra in a Nuzlocke? It was incredibly lucky, and then it got away. So, great luck and then no luck. But before that, we had to go through this first little town area that is kind of annoying. Like, as I've said, I've never played this game before, and I know it's made for kids and it's going to be a Pokemon game, but like, having to find the 3 different clowns when you've never looked for them before just took so much time, having to go to the Poke School and talk to people. I don't know, it just felt it felt so much more like handholdy than even modern Pokemon games. I did not enjoy it. It took me far too long to find the clowns. The little questions were pointless, but I guess makes sense if you've never played before. But I can definitely see why this is not people's favorite Pokemon game. Like, even putting this on super speed, you can see how much time that it took for me to run around pointlessly and try and find all the things and talk to all the people and get through everything. It took far too long. And I want to redo this challenge. Okay, maybe I can get past where I got this time. It won't be as blind, but there's still a lot of the game that I didn't get to experience. So I want to go back and do it again, but I kind of dread this town already. That said, I eventually make it to the mines to get to the first gym leader, and once I saw these like Ouroboros Gate, this mine area here where you have to learn Rock Smash, I was like, okay, this first gym leader is going to be a rock type gym leader, and that is going to be incredibly awful for me, because at this point we have a Chimchar, we have a Starly, and we have a Shinx. And none of that is going to be great against rock types. I do eventually on Chimchar learn a move that is super effective, but even just one super effective move I figured won't be enough. So we need something else. I figured I'd run around in this area for a little bit and see if I can get like an enemy to pop, because it's technically a different area. Maybe I can catch one more guy and hash out my team a little bit more. I'll skip most of this area simply because I thought that the gym leader was somewhere in here and I was missing some things. Again, I've never played this before. I had no idea what I was doing. So yeah, I'll skip ahead, but I caught a Geodude in here. And I thought that I was super clever. I named him Sokka, even though the nickname didn't stick for whatever reason. I guess I hit the wrong button, but I named him Sokka because that one episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender where he's like, I know, his name is Rocky. So I thought, oh, this guy's a rock, so he can be Sokka. I thought it was clever, but yeah. We caught him and we ran around a whole lot. Like I said, I came to Ouroboros City and was told that the gym leader was somewhere in the mines, and I thought that was the mines I was in. I didn't realize there was a totally separate mine, so, you know, total new player move. Eventually, I figured out that there is a different mine that you need to go to. If you go south to town and you get like the whole different area, I was like, oh, okay, so one was a cave and the other is a mine. To me, those are the same thing, but you know, obviously I was wrong. So we came in here. At this point, I did catch a Zubat in this area as well, so I was feeling a little bit more confident with my team. Like, okay, we don't have anything like super effective, but we do have a Geodude that can harden and he knows Rock Smash, which is super effective. Even if his damage isn't high, I figured that would be enough. And as backup, Chimchar eventually learned his power-up Punch, which also will help us. So like, okay, we have two solid Mons. We can probably take on the gym at this point. So I leveled up my Pokemon just a little bit more. I knew that the Pokemon leader was level 14 with his Ace. I asked someone to look it up so I couldn't learn anything, but I wanted to make sure I didn't over-level. I went in actually a little bit under-leveled, around 12 and 13, because I figured I have two super effective moves. It's the first gym. How hard can it be? And I'm guessing by the length of the video, you've already figured out that those are famous last words, and I am terrible at Pokemon runs, especially Nuzlocks. Because what I didn't know at this point is this gym leader had some moves, and because I was a total dum-dum, I completely lost this first fight. The blind run failed. I lost to the first gym leader. It was so embarrassing. In my defense, I had no idea what he was going to do here, and I came in with what I thought was a solid strategy. I said, okay, I know he's going to start with a Geodude, so I'm just going to use Harden a bunch so that he can't hurt me, and I'm going to use Rock Smash to slowly chew through his team. I thought this was a brilliant strategy, and he starts off with Stealth Rock, and that's when I realized, oh, this computer has like AI. Like, this computer knows what it's doing. It's actually like better than me, so we're going to have a problem here. So I continue to harden up, assuming that he's going to defense curl up, or assuming that he's going to, you know, do something like that. No, he starts using rollout, which honestly, that's what I should have done, because if I had started using rollout first, I could have swept his entire team. But obviously he got charged up on roll up faster than I could, and he destroyed my Geodude with it. Had I used rollout, I would have completely won this fight, but I got stuck on, oh, well, Rock Smash is super effective, so it would be better to use than rollout. No, it wasn't. So I panicked and kept Rock Smashing him, figuring, hey, you know what? We're already in for penny, in for a pound. I've got a bunch of Hardens up. I can take this one down, and I've still got my Ace in the hole. I still have my Chimchar with his super effective moves. He's got two more Pokemon, but, you know, super effective is super effective, so I'll one or two shot them. He swaps to Onix, and I say to myself, you know what? Geodude's gone at this point, so rather than swapping out and trying to save him and losing a turn, I'm just going to run with it. I'm going to try and lower his defense. I'm going to try and lower his accuracy so that when my Chimchar comes in, I can take this dude out. And it kind of sort of worked. Again, if I had just been rolling out this entire time, I would have been sweeping him because he's only doing a little bit of damage because all those hardens really paid off. So rollout would have been the smart thing to do again here, but I got stuck on, oh, well, this is super effective. It's lowering his defense. This is the right move. Spoiler alert, it was not the right move. So yeah, we go back and forth for a little bit. He does barely any damage because, well, again, we've got nothing here. I panic at the last moment and say, you know what, let's save my Geodude, let's swap out, and oh, I can't because he's got me in a bind. So you know what, Geodude is gone no matter what. Somehow the Onix outspeeds me. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know if it's like the bind does a slowing move or something like that, but yeah, he outsped me, says, okay, we've got this. We did some damage. We lowered his defense. Let's bring in my ace in the hole and use my super effective move. Chimchar should be faster, so this should be a one punch, and then we'll move on to his ace. Somehow, again, his Onix is faster than me and hits me with a super effective move. How is the Onix faster than me? I don't understand. And even with the defense downs, the power-up punch is not enough to one-shot the Onix, so we get smoked. And then the rest of my Pokemon are underleveled and basically useless at this point, so this is where the run is completely lost. So if you're a pro at Nuzlocke, tell me what I did wrong. I would like to try this again. It's still technically a blind run since I didn't even make it past the first boss, so I'll go into the first boss with a little bit of knowledge, but I'm going to try this challenge again. But if someone out there is actually good at these and can analyze this, was it just that I used the wrong move? Like, what else am I doing wrong? I don't want to be terrible at Nuzlocke anymore. So there you have it. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, blind run, one of a kind. No one's ever done this before, I don't think. Been completely blind on this game, and it went terribly because I am awful. But I hope you had fun. If you do want to see another one of these, leave it down in the comments down below. I always like catching Pokemon fans, but thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day.